My name is Kenneth Mambo, your host, and I'm delighted tonight on the program to be, introducing for the first time on State of the Nation, and of course for the first time, I believe, on KBN TV, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kabushi in Ndola, Mr. Hon Honorable, welcome to State of the Nation.
Good evening, Kennedy, and good evening, viewers out there. I'm very excited to be here. Yes, this is my first time to be here, and I hope and trust that we are going to have interactive which will benefit the millions of Zambians out there.
Wonderful. And for the benefit of our viewers, our topic for discussion tonight is Zambia under the new administration. Honorable Lusambo, you ran your race as a party, and the Zambians decided during the August 12 elections. Now it is your turn to give support to the new administration. How are you going about doing that?
Thank you very much, Canadian viewers out there. We are in a democratic country. Zambia is a democratic country, and as a democracy, we have a responsibility as a political party to do checks and balances for the government in power. For us as the PF, under the able leadership of His Excellency Edgar Chagwa Lungu, as president by then, we did a recommendable job for the people of Zambia, because the people of Zambia, they wanted us to construct Zambia, and we transformed Zambia. So running our race is not something that we can say we ran our race, because we are still working, and we are still explaining to the people of Zambia the things which we did for them. And today we have the UPND in power, and I can assure you that the UPND, they don't know what they are doing. They did promise the people of Zambia a lot of things, and we are just looking at them and advising in Parliament,
right,
on the issues which they promised the people of Zambia. So we are taking it slowly. Yes.
It must be very difficult to sit on the left side of the house after so many years of driving the seat of national affairs.
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that we had a plan, and we still have a plan for the people of Zambia. We wanted to transform Zambia, and the people of Zambia, they are there to attest to this. On the other side, I can say yes, because we are now learning new things in opposition on the other side. But it's very good, again, for my people in Kabushi constituency, and for my enemies as well. You know, as Bowman, Chilosha, Lusambo, the bulldozer, I do have a lot of friends, I do have a lot of supporters, and I do have enemies in my in our political fraternity. To them, when I was in Parliament as a minister, and following the Parliament rules of a minister, how the minister is supposed to behave, how the minister is supposed to engage, how the minister is supposed to debate, because we were in government, and as an executive. So most of the time, we had nothing to contribute when it comes to the business in the house, unless the chief whip, there's a debate, there's a motion in Parliament, and they pick you to speak on that particular motion, and or if you are defending your budget as a provincial minister. So my enemies thought, no, Bowman is just in State House saying, yeah. So I was laughing at them. I said, oh, they don't know what they are talking about. But today, we are there, and we are trying to protect the interests of the people of Zambia. Again, they are talking. Now, Bowman is talking too much in Parliament. But I haven't even started talking. I haven't started talking. I will be talking starting next year. I will be talking starting next year. So if they think I'm talking too much, let them wait for next year, because it will be punch for punch.
They will silence you very soon. But anyway, that's not what I need to ask you.
There's no one. There's no one who can silence me. The only person who can silence me is
the Zambian people.
It's Almighty God.
Right.
Because He's the Creator. He's the one who created me, and if He wants me not to talk, He's the only person who can do that. The other people, no. Because this is my job. My job is to talk.
You represent the people of Kavushi. Let's talk about the Copper Belt, where you're coming from. Predominantly, it was regarded as the bedroom for the PF, and you really thought you still had it. But so much had shifted, and looks like you were still in past glory. You are perhaps one of the few that retained a seat on the Copper Belt. How do you hope to regain the popularity on that key swing, region of Zambia as far as PF is concerned?
Thank you very much, Kennedy, and the viewers out there. Yes, Copper Belt is a swing state for the political situation in our country. If the president has to be declared president of this country, Copper Belt has to be on the side of that particular president. So for me, I can assure you that, first of all, Kavushi constituency. We'll talk about Kavushi constituency, which is the bedroom for PF and many other constituencies on the Copper Belt province. Kavushi constituency, Canadian viewers out there, we gave President Edgar Chagwa Lungu 100%. We gave him a landslide victory. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu won in Kavushi constituency with a landslide. All councillors in Kavushi constituency, 8 councillors, they won with a landslide. The mayor of the city of Undola, the reason why he's sitting on that seat of the mayoral seat, it's because of the votes which we gave him from Kavushi constituency. 18,000 plus votes from Kavushi constituency we gave to the mayor. The MP for Kavushi constituency, Honorable Hon Lusambo, the bulldozer, he won with a landslide. So Kavushi constituency we have locked. It is a constituency where...
What did you do different that your friends didn't do?
No, I can assure you that today if you go to the Copper Belt province and you talk about UPND, they will laugh at you. They will laugh at you.
I don't believe you.
Go there.
Why did you lose in the first place as a party?
Exactly. One, we lost the 2021 general election on a lot of issues. One, the UPND, they came up and told the people lies. Okay? They told the people, we are going to give you free education. They told the people, we are going to pay for the loans for the students. Okay? They said they are going to give 1,500 salary increment across the board. And definitely, the people started thinking, oh, maybe this is the Messiah. Let us try this particular person. Maybe we'll do things differently. But alas, today, when you go to Kavushi constituency, when you go to Kalulushi, when you go to Ndola Central, when you go to Bwana Mkubwa, when you go to Chifubu, they will tell you, excuse me, what are you saying? You're talking about UPND here? We don't want to listen to UPND because the things which they promised the people, they failed to do it. They have failed to do it. Now, they want to come up with other excuses. No, we are going to implement a free education after a 2022 budget. No, we are going to give free education by removing the PTA and other user fees which the learners they used to pay. So they are confused. They are confused in the sense that even the president himself, President Hakainde Hichilema, today he's regretting to be in State House. He is regretting because the things which he thought he will find in State House and the thing which he has found in State House is totally different. It's totally different.
But he hasn't told you that
he has told me.
He has told me that he's regretting.
Action speaks louder than words. He has told me, one, by failing to appoint permanent secretaries. 16 years in opposition. 16 years in opposition. You can't fail to constitute government up to today. You can't. I recall President Chiluba in 1991, immediately he won the general elections. He said, I'm now going to come up with my team, the team which will help me to transform Zambia. 5 days, Kennedy, 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. President Chiluba appointed ministers. President Chiluba appointed permanent secretaries. That is the sign.
Are you aware?
That is a sign.
Are you aware that the controlling officers who are permanent secretaries are currently undergoing an audit so that they are cleared?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't that take time?
No,
for an
it
audit
doesn't
to be
matter.
concluded?
It doesn't matter. Look here, Kennedy. A president who's ready to govern, you can see him by his fruits. First, the president, he told us first, you see the ministers whom I'm going to give you. You see, just wait. You see the ministers I'm going to give you.
And you have seen?
We have seen. We have seen Jackie Mwimbo. We have seen Tayari. We have seen Chushi. We have seen Masebu. And these are the people we have been eating with. These are the people who have been in parliament with us. So there is nothing that we have seen.
Well, perhaps they're going to make a difference.
We know their contribution on issues to do with governance. We know them. Me, I thought they are going to give us the 12 disciples of Jesus. Because we would have said, wow, this is the different things which he was talking about. He went on to say, you see the governor will give you. You see the governor will give you. He gave us Danny. This is the person who was there in PF. The person who contributed to the downfall of Kwacha to dollar from 7 to 2022. And this is the person he came to announce that I've given you the governor. To me, I thought he's going to give us a governor who's going to be different from the people we know.
I think you know that.
I can assure you that the president who is ready to govern, you can see him by his fruits. You can see the president. He has failed to announce permanent secretaries. Now he's trying to give us district commissioners. We don't need district commissioners. Those ministers, provincial ministers, you know, those provincial ministers who are in provinces like Copper Belt, like Southern Province, they can't work without permanent secretaries. So as we speak, they're just sitting ducks, ministers.
Well, he says is meticulous, so he'll give you a good, permanent secretary.
Kennedy would have seen the good ministers, would have seen the good governor, would have also be expecting good permanent secretaries. Those ministers today.
Here's the problem I have with you politicians.
Huh?
Sometimes you just criticize for the sake of popularity.
The way they did.
Because, but you don't have to do that. Because here is the thing. It's too early to judge them as far as performance is concerned.
Are you sure?
You promised 90 days. What did you do in 90 days?
Let me first of all differ with you, Kenny. Himself, he was in, I don't know if it's Copper Belt or Eastern Province, where he said, I'm walking the talk. I said, you can't walk the talk now, Mr. President. There's nothing that you have done. Tell me that one thing which you have done for you to walk the talk. The person who was walking the talk is the President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, because of the many or unprecedented development which he gave to the people of Zambia. And he was walking the talk. Today, when you go around Lusaka, you will see a lot of infrastructure which President Edgar Chagwa Lungu worked on. The economy Lusaka is transformed. Many provinces are transformed. So President Edgar Chagwa, if you say, I'm walking the talk, the people of Zambia, they will say, yes, sir, you're walking the talk because you did this, you did this, you did this. Now President Hakainde Hichilema, after being appointed, 30 days I'm walking the talk. Talk for what?
No. You base is walking the talk
on what?
Based on the manifesto.
Which manifesto?
The manifesto that he gave to the Zambian people.
Which manifesto?
The mandate by which was given the power to...
Look here, you walk the talk based on the things which you have achieved.
They said they're going to create decentralization of, they're going to devolve the administration.
Are you aware that...
let's talk about the budget,
first,
by the way.
First, before we go there, are you aware that the decentralization started a long time ago?
Of course.
Decentralization started a long time ago, and it is not President Hakainde Hichilema who has come up with a decentralization of government system.
Is the President only one who was given 25 million at CDF level.
President Edgar Chagwa started decentralization. I remember very well the monies for a Ministry of Livestock and Fisheries and part of monies for agriculture, it came to our province and in many other provinces. President Edgar Chagwa in our cabinet, he was even telling ministers, we are going decentralization way because I want the funds to be reaching the intended people. Who are these intended people? The people in the wards, in the constituencies. President Hakainde Hichilema came on 2022 budget. He gave us constituencies, 156 constituencies, 25.7 million kwacha, and the total budget for a country is 172 billion kwacha, with 37 billion, which is questionable because they have to clear this 37 billion because it is not adding up to 172 billion kwacha. So the 156 constituencies, putting the monies together, the budget has given us 4 billion kwacha. And this 4 billion kwacha, in percentages, it has just come into 2.3 or 2%, which is a drain in the ocean. Because the president, when he's going around with our fuel, our plane, using our taxpayers' money in districts, is saying, I'm going to bring the money from Lusaka, the money which the people in Lusaka used to steal. I'm bringing it to you so that you can use. I don't know the people who are stealing. Anyway, the president should tell us the people who have been stealing government's money, because government money, it is audited money, and no one is allowed even to touch one way on those monies, because it is not one person's money. It's a money for the people. So we want to know those people who have been stealing the same money in Lusaka, so that we can also know them, because we are very annoyed that these people have been stealing money which meant for the people of Zambia. So the 25 million, the 25 million which you are talking about, the CDF, we have a CDF Act, and the CDF Act, the way it works in the sense that this money, the 16 million, which the 1.6 million which we are getting, that money was going direct in a council account.
Do you know?
And these councils, they work hand in hand with the wards and the constituency development committees.
Will you allow me to ask you a question? I mean, you're talking about the president saying they have been stealing. Yes. And of course he was referring to you who were in the previous government.
Which is wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
It is wrong, because,
you know,
let
me ask a question. Everyone knows who the bulldozer is. Everyone remembers when you were walloping Major Kachingwe as a diehard, you know, and it hasn't taken, you know, many years to see a whole new bulldozer during campaign going to Kabushi with money and
Exactly.
so the question is, are you
Exactly.
open to a lifestyle audit, because the money you were getting as a minister cannot give you the kind of,
Exactly.
you know.
In Zambia, the way we stay in our country, first of all, it is only in Zambia where you see someone is giving to the needy and you become annoyed. It is very unfortunate. It is only in Zambia. When someone is giving to the needy, you want to be annoyed with that particular person.
Will you continue to give
Two,
now
I
that you are
mean-
in opposition?
Our giving as a family, it is not about being in government, it's not about being in opposition. Way back, before even we started vying for these positions in government, ask the people we have lived with. We have lived in Kaunda Square for more than 15 years now. Ask them. Before even we started our political journey, we were giving. Every December, we used to give to the people. Every December, we used to give to the people. Ask the people of Kabushi constituency. It is not new to them to see the bulldozer giving out or stretching the hand to the needy. It is not new. Okay? It is not new. And in my office, when you come to provincial administration at Lusaka province, they will tell you that, okay, this minister, he was a very different minister from others. One, I was using my salary, okay, my salary to buy fuel to go and work for the people. Go there, they will tell you. Go to the permanent secretary, you go to permanent secretary Spanji, he will tell you that. You go to the permanent secretary Kamanga, he will tell you that. If there is a minister who has worked at Lusaka province who was not even bothered to request for the allowances to go for work, it was me. I was using my government salary which I was getting to go to Chilundu to go and work. Sometimes in government, and I know the ministers, they can attest to this, sometimes there is no money. Okay? The budget can be announced, allocation given, but the actual money is not there. And you have to work. You have to move. And you can't
let's come
say,
back to the budget.
and you can't say there is no money, so I can't go to Chongwe. There is no money, I can't go to Rufunsa. I can't go to Luangwa. You just have to make sure that you do it.
Let's come
Now
back
the
to the
budget,
budget.
25.7 million.
Let's come back to the budget.
Yes,
Honorable.
25 million, that's where I was. That 25 million, Kennedy, it is very attractive to you, okay? But to me, I would rather have the 1.6 million and I do the works, small works.
I have a problem.
Wait.
No, I have a problem.
Yes,
with
you have a problem, but I can justify that.
No, you don't have to justify it,
tell
because
me.
it is not about you.
It is not about me.
It's the people of Kabushi.
The people of
They are
Kabushi,
the ones that need 25 million, not you.
the people of Kabushi, they don't even need that 25 million.
Why do you say that?
Exactly. That 25 million, Kennedy, it is not just a 25 million. It's a 25 million which was supposed to buy, to construct schools. It's the 25 million which was supposed to construct clinics. It's a 25 million supposed to construct roads. It is 25 million which is supposed to pay bursaries from grade 1 to grade 12. It is this same 25 million which is supposed to construct houses for teachers. If you go in the budget for Stumbeko Musokotwane, page 35, those additions are there from the same budget. Constructing roads. We are not saying, first of all, that decentralization is bad. Decentralization is good. And we need money to come so that we can do things at a lower level. Okay? But the government, the way they have done the 25 million, the way they have given us that 25 million, for you, you are not seeing beyond the 25 million. As we are seeing beyond the 25 million. You know what will happen tomorrow? If President Hakainde Hichilema visits Kabushi constituency and the roads are not constructed in Kabushi constituency, he will point fingers at me.
But no, it's not your.
He
It's
will
not your
point.
job.
It is there.
You're supposed to. Your function as an MP is to provide oversight, not to be.
Who's the member of parliament for Kabushi?
Well, they must.
Who's going to be blamed?
Let me say this: the people who have said.
So the people who say no, leave Bowman. It is our responsibility.
This administration must know that there is need for a structure there to support the management of
the management is there.
Of the 25
No, the
million,
management is
because
there.
your role is oversight.
Okay, the management.
You can't be an
exactly. The management is there.
Right.
This money, the Constituency Development Fund, it is not coming direct in my hands. It is not coming in my constituency office.
So
no.
it will not point at you then?
It is coming at council. And council, they work with the Kabushi constituency. And who is a representative for Kabushi constituency? Definitely I will be consulted. Okay? I will be consulted. And I don't want to be blamed. I don't want Hakainde's failures to come to me. Because right now he has failed to run this country. He has failed to run this country, and I don't want his failures to come to me. Okay? And I don't want government to abandon their core responsibility of developing this country. If they want us to develop this country, if they want us as constituency to develop this country on using the CDF, first of all, let them increase the allocation to CDF. If, for example, they gave me 500 million as Kabushi constituency, and they gave me all those responsibilities, I can assure you that I will be the happiest member of parliament, because I will know that I will construct maybe 3 strategic roads.
I need to ask you a question, because I can see that this is a stance that you've taken as PF, because a few days ago, your vice president, Honorable Given Lubinda, at a press briefing, did also condemn this budget. But I need to read this to you. PwC, a very professional accounting firm, and I quote, it says, restructuring Zambia's debt and creating jobs through private sector growth are at the forefront of the New Dawn administration's ambitious plans to revive Zambia's ailing economy. This is a professional accounting firm giving an analysis of this budget. You only seem to be holding a different view from this professional point of view. Is it a matter of
No.
politics? It's
not a matter of politics. Those are accounting firms. Them, they will look at figures and they will be comfortable with those figures. We have been, I've been in an expanded committee, budget expanded committee, which Madam Speaker constituted. And as the chair for local governance and traditional affairs, I'm a member of that committee. We are 27 of us who are looking in that committee, inviting other institutions such as IDC, ZRA, Ministry of Mines, Ministry of Commerce, and many other institutions, so that we can discuss and see if we can submit to Honorable Madam Speaker that the views and other sentiments which are coming from these institutions which we have interviewed, they are for this idea, so that also Madam Speaker can advise the Minister of Finance accordingly. These
so
people,
it's not yet adopted.
Wait, it's not yet adopted. We are in a process, and our last sitting is next week, and we have to give a report to Madam Speaker in the main house. So, for me, what I can assure you, Kennedy, is that the CDF, a lot of people have come to this committee. They're talking about CDF. They're talking about CDF. But if you sit with me today, these people, they are just looking at a figure, the 25.7 million. That is the figure which they are looking at. But for me, who has been there, who has been in Kabushi. I've been constructing roads in Kabushi. We were just, before 2021 general election, we were constructing Peter Chivesakunda road in Kabushi. It costed us not less than $1 million. And $1 million with the current exchange rate, it is something like 17 million, 18 million kwacha for 1 kilometer of tarmac road. And if we have to make 2 kilometers of roads in the Kabushi constituency, that money is nothing. That money is nothing. So and the people of Kabushi constituency, they need roads. The people of Kabushi constituency, they need roads, first of all. My young men and women, those who have managed to finish their...
That's where planning comes in. You have 25 million times 5 years. Every year you are getting 25 million.
Do you know the 25 million times 5 years? For example, if I say today we are going to construct 1 road in 25 million, what are we going to do on other challenges which we have?
Okay,
so for me, Kennedy, this is just a figure.
Let's look at other things.
And I can assure you that even Minister Musokotwane is aware. He is aware. First of all, this budget and the CDF allocation, it is discriminatory because we are giving an MP who came to Parliament with 1,000 or 2,000 votes the equal money with me who came to Parliament with 18,000 plus.
Is it about the number of votes or it's about the need at constituency level?
Exactly, the need. So the person with 2,000 and the person with 18,000, who has more needs here? The 2,000 or the 18,000?
Well,
definitely it's the 18,000. Because this, for example, there are constituencies with 4 wards, and there are constituencies with 12 wards. There are constituencies with 8 wards. So this CDF, the allocation of this CDF is discriminatory because they didn't sit and analyze deeper and come up with a figure which they can say, Lusaka Central, for example.
We have a lot of things to talk about. Let's move away from the
So
that
CDF, I can assure you that that CDF at the end of the day, it will be nothing. Because now they want to brainwash our people that we have given 25 million and we'll be going back to the constituencies and we are going to explain to them that this president, this government, they have failed and they want us to be the escaping goat, and we are not going to do that.
Let's talk about the promises of the UPND. They said they were going to create jobs, and true to their word, in this particular budget, they've created over 40,000 new jobs, between teachers and health workers. No, wait a minute. Between teachers and health workers, they've created 40,000. But I need to ask you a question.
41,000.
Yes, I need to ask you a question over this. Currently, we are standing around about 26.96 billion US dollars as a nation in debt. The UPND have said they're going to create 41,000 new jobs, obviously taking advantages of the special drawing rights from the
IMF.
The IMF. But that is going to be a recurring cost to pay the new additional civil servants. You are in opposition and you are in government. How are they going to sustain this additional wage bill?
Remember I told you that President Hakainde Hichilema is sweating in State House. He is sweating. Right now he's sweating in State House because the things which he thought he would find in State House and government is totally different. So he's sweating in State House. That's why he has even failed to appoint permanent secretaries, because his head now is stuck. The things which he was saying when he was in opposition, and now he has faced reality in State House. One, when PF came into government in 2011, they inherited $1.9 billion debt, which Musokotwane and MMD left. And the PF, in the period of 10 years, they borrowed something like 10 to 11 billion dollars. And this money went into constructing of roads, and many other, not consumption. We had to give the money to the sectors which people say, okay, this is where our money went. The UPND, the president actually, President Hakainde Hichilema, that's why today I'm saying he's sweating, because he was all over saying we don't have any more seeding for us to borrow. Okay? If you borrow, it's either you have sold the country. And this is what they have done. Okay? They have said, first of all, that $172 billion budget for UPND, 49%, it is cooperating partners contribution, okay, which is very dangerous. Cooperating partners contribution, and they will be borrowing next year. They will borrow 4.9 billion dollars for them to run on the activities which they have lined for 2022.
Partly you're to blame. Partly you never left money in the coffers.
No, the money was there.
Where
the money was there. The vice president came to the house.
Why did you fail to pay the Euro bond when it fell due?
The Euro bond is due in 2022.
No, you skipped the first ticket. If you had money.
It's negotiations. It's a negotiation. If I have your money, which I'm supposed to pay tomorrow, and I see that if I pay you, I have other obligations as well. I come to you and I talk, I negotiate with you, and you say, okay, you pay me on such and such a day. It doesn't mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean that you have failed. So, this government, they don't mean what they say. They said they're not going to borrow, but they are the first one to borrow. And they're going to borrow a lot of money. By the time they will be coming out of government in 2026, the exchange rate will come to 45 to $1. Because the money which they will borrow, it is unprecedented. And they are borrowing for consumption. I challenged my director of BOS, okay, the governor himself. I said, Governor, this money which you are borrowing, you are going to employ teachers depending on the borrowed money. And this is 100% consumption. Okay, because he was talking about two labor forces. Okay, we have the labor in civil and also in production. When I borrow 5,000 kwacha and I put in a ice block manufacturing, okay, I will produce millions of ice blocks and I will sell those ice blocks and I will get profit from the ice blocks. But if I put the same money into paying salaries for teachers, we are not going to have immediate benefits from teachers. What we are going to do is we are going to employ them, quite all right. They are going to teach our learners. Our learners will go to university. After finishing university, they will come out with specialized skills, engineers, doctors, and many other fields. And when they come out, they will start contributing to the country. When will be that? It is not now. Okay, so for me, this government is a government of liars. Okay, they lied to the people of Zambia, and they came into government using fraudulent means. They lied to the people that we are going to give you jobs. There are no jobs. The 30,000 teachers which you are going to employ, I can assure you that they are not first of all to employ them at once, because they have actually they have teachers who are employed and they are not on the payroll.
Unfortunately,
and
if they lied, they are not the first ones to lie.
No,
you lied to the Zambian people as PF.
About what?
More money in your pocket, and you left us broke.
No.
You left us broke.
We gave the people, first of all, we constructed roads to enable our farmer from Sibuyunji to move on the nice roads to come to the market at Soweto Market to sell their merchandise. And after selling their merchandise, they will put more money in their pocket
The UPND,
by those roads which we constructed.
The UPND,
so for us, we didn't lie. We told you that we're going to give you more money in the pocket. Instead of your maize to go bad in Minsenga, in Chingola, we constructed roads, both feeder roads and township roads and economic roads, to enable a farmer in Minsenga to go first either Chingola to sell their merchandise or to come to KMB, to Chisokone in Kitwe, so that they can have more money in their pocket.
Well,
President Lungu, he has created a legacy which will be very difficult for anyone to fight him. The shoes for President Lungu, they are too big for any president to fit in those shoes. Not Hakainde Hichilema. He can't fit in President Lungu's shoes. He cannot.
You come from the copper belt. Let's talk about mining. Mining is, the mining sector in general is a mess that we cannot run away from. This particular administration, they've committed that in the next 10 years they want to up copper production from 800,000 per annum currently to
3 million.
3 million.
It's not possible.
3 million
It's not
metric
possible.
ton. No, they have given you measures. So I want us to talk about the mineral royalty tax.
Before
there
that,
has been an exemption for them to motivate this level of jump from 800,000 to 3 million. They have reduced the 3 million, the mineral tax. They've brought about this exemption, okay? But I need to ask you, is this sufficient, and is there anything more that could have motivated, other than just increasing the production, from 800,000 to 3 million metric tons? What do you think could have motivated this deliberate move in the budget 2022?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to say this. Since President Hakainde Hichilema was elected president of this republic by the people of Zambia, he has never come out on the way forward of the mines. Okay, I don't know why. Up to now, I don't know why. Okay, the ministers, Minister of Mines, Minister of Finance, he can give us projections in the ministry, in the mining sector, but the president himself, who has been so keen when it was time for privatization, he knows about this copper belt, but he has never come out and give us just a statement on the mines such as KCM, Mopani, copper mines. Kennedy and the viewers out there, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, he visited Chingola, he visited Chiridabombwe. The people of Chingola and Chiridabombwe, they told him, we don't want this investor called Vitanta. I don't know if it's Vitanta or Vitenta, I don't know. Okay, one, they are not investing in actual mining here at KCM and the Chiridabombwe mine. What they have opted to do, they are buying Ndandashi from Congo so that they can come and do the refinery here in Zambia. When you go to KCM, those KCM owners, they invested a lot in refinery than in actual mining. They started selling the equipment from the underground. They started selling the scrap from the old plants, and they started now fighting with our youths in Chingola in the dumps which are in Kapisha area, for them to start getting that Dandashi to come and refine to get copper from there, which is very unfortunate. Today, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu is walking with his head high on the Copper Belt province, because he listened to the people of Copper Belt province and they put KCM under liquidation. Under liquidation, with a liquidator who's there, Milingo, they managed to pay the workers, they managed to pay the suppliers of services and goods
We'll
at
not,
KCM.
we'll not talk much
Because,
about that
wait,
because his case is in court.
as a former minister for Copper Belt Province, if you go to the Copper Belt Province, ask
there are cases in court about the person you're talking
exactly
about. So
there.
We cannot
Justify
justify and say
yes,
he has done well.
yeah, okay.
There's so
the
much.
issue to do with Mupani, okay, the Grenco said we are going to withdraw from Mpani. We will put Mpani on care and maintenance. President Lungu said, no, you can't put Mpani on care and maintenance. As we want to buy those shares from Mpani. Okay, buy the shares. I can assure you that we are making a lot of money through Mpani. So when you talk about mining, you can't talk about mining on the Copper Belt Province without mentioning the name of ECL and PF. Then you are not being fair in your discussion. That Copper Belt Province which you are seeing, President Edgar Chagwa has done a lot. Diversification from mining dependency into agriculture. We have seen the opening up of farm blocks on the Copper Belt Province because of the vision which he had. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, he was not a motivation speaker. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu was not a motivation speaker. That's why he was not even interested in having press conferences, press briefings. What? He was the action-oriented president. Action speaks louder than words.
Oh, but you need to communicate with your people.
Really. We were communicating as we were all over, as the ministers who were the messengers of the president. We were all over. President Edgar Lungu was in Northern Province inspecting projects. We were in Lusaka, others were in Copper Belt, others were in Southern. If you go to Southern Province, you go to Northwestern Province, there is development in all the 10 provinces of this country. There is no province which we have failed to develop. Then you will be lying.
Let's talk about job creation in Kabushi. I will not talk about Lusaka. Let's talk about Kabushi.
Yes.
How many young people in Kabushi are looking for employment?
A lot.
A lot, right?
Yes.
This particular administration, they have tried to bring about measures that will stimulate job creation.
Like
reduction, reduction of the corporate tax from 35% to 30%. You know the cost of doing business in Zambia is very high. This must be a breather, and I think you must support it for the sake of those people in Kabushi.
In Kabushi, first of all, we don't have any industries in Kabushi. We export human resource to other constituencies such as Bwanamkubwa, Masaiti, in Dora Central, and in the we have a lot of drivers in Kabushi constituency. Most of the drivers you see pushing the economy of this country. They are Kabushi drivers, the tanker drivers. Most of them they are from Kabushi.
My question is,
so your question in
Kabushi, isn't it a good thing?
It is a good thing to the Zambian companies, and I can assure you that Zambian companies, they are not even employing. They are not employing. The only people who are employing is just government, and ZESCO is choked. NAPSA is choked.
With your relatives?
No. With the people of Zambia, because these are the companies which we have. I can assure you that what we needed, first of all, we needed to come up with a deliberate policy to encourage more investors to come and invest in our country so that we can create jobs for our people. President Hakainde Hichilema is talking about a private sector. Jobs will be created by private sector. From where?
My director is reminding me that we are running out of time. But before we go, I need to ask you one or two questions. The fight against corruption in this administration, obviously, you have.
How do you look at them?
I don't know.
Are they? No, first of all, I have to ask you as a Zambian, how do you look at President Hakainde Hichilema and his team? Are they fighting corruption?
Well, so far this week, or was it last week, 2 directors at Anti-Corruption Commission have been fired. Maybe they were shielding.
I'm asking you, are these people fighting corruption?
You never fired anyone at Anti-Corruption Commission.
Are you sure?
They have fired some people now. So tell me.
Let me tell you one thing. What President Hakainde Hichilema is doing, they are just doing politics. They are just doing politics to perceive that they are fighting corruption. They are not fighting corruption. If there is a party which is corrupt, it's UPND. Those ministers, these ministers, we know where they are going in the night. We know how they are getting the money. We know when they travel out, the people they are meeting. We know them. And in the next...
Can you tell us?
Yes, in the next few days, we are going to tell them that on such a day, you went to this person in the night, and this is what you corrected. If there is a West government, it is this government. They want to cover in a the ship cover, but they are the most corrupt creatures. These people are corrupt. They are corrupt. And when the people of Zambia started seeing what we are talking about, I can assure you that President Hakainde Hichilema won't last for 2 years in State House. The people of Zambia, they will demand for him to resign because they are corrupt. His ministers are very corrupt.
Are you making allegations that
it
you
is
cannot
not
prove?
I can prove.
Can you prove anything?
I can't prove here because I'm not obliged to do that, but I can assure you that there is a time when we'll start saying, this is where you went. Argue if you want. We know what has been happening. We know what has been happening. If there is a corrupt government, it is this government. First of all, during inauguration, the corruption even started before even testing the corridors of power. Just winning the 2021 general elections, the dirty things which happened.
What happened?
A lot of dirty things. A lot of dirty things.
That's a sweeping statement.
It's a sweeping statement, but a lot of dirty things. When we say this is a corrupt government, we know what we mean. It is a corrupt government, and the ministers who are doing this, they even know that, oh, Bowman, what he's saying is true. And I'm not a small boy. I was in government for 5 years, and I was with a system like this, 5 years. And it doesn't mean that when we are out of government, all the system, they are our enemies. No, it doesn't work like that.
So, PF, you are out of power. President Lungu says he's going to hand over power to someone. A few names are flying around. I can call some of them. Mr. Mundubile, Mr. Waliangandu, Chimbakambwili, Mao Sampa, perhaps Bulldozer as well, Emmanuel Mwamba. Who do you think is the right person to take PF forward?
PF, we are the president, and the president is Edgar Chagwa Lungu, is the party president, elected through the convention.
He says he's going to hand over power.
He said it is just a statement which has made, and we can't say just the president has said this, so to Zapasawi. No. We are a very orderly political party, and we respect the institution, and we respect leadership. And I can assure you that President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, he will be available until when PF finds the replacement. For now, we have a president. And don't bring fights in our party. All those names which we have mentioned, leave our people, leave our leaders alone.
The truth is,
there is no truth.
Someone has to take over from President Lungu.
The truth is, in PF is a democratic party. There's a democratic party. We had President Sata, may he so rest in peace, and after President Sata, we have President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Until that time, when President Edgar Chagwa Lungu hands over the mantle to another president, that's when we are going to have a president in our party. We don't speculate the issue to do with presidency in our party. It is it's an orderly party, and I can assure you that we respect the structures.
Your name has been dragged in the mud. by some parenting accusations over a matter that is actively in court by one Mercy Common. She says you've you fathered children with, and you are refusing. You said you are a giving family, but you are refusing to take care of your own, children. I know this is a matter that is in court, but where are you, and how does this make you feel as a leader, as a public figure, a Christian? I would like to believe.
Yeah, yeah.
How does this make you feel?
First and foremost, this is the matter which is before the courts of law, and I'm very reluctant to comment about this matter, but it's very important, and we can't comment beyond the passing of comments which we'll make. I'm very happy that the matter is in court, and it is a matter of its own kind. Because it happens in other countries where, especially in Europe, in America, where a lady can just pop up from nowhere and say, oh, this is my husband, this is my... But in Zambia, this is the first case of its kind. And I can assure you that it is under the courts of law, and very soon the truth will come out. And I'm happy that we have organizations like NGOCC, Legal Aid, and many other organizations who have shown interest to see to it that this matter is concluded in a normal way, and I'm very, very happy about that. But we have seen also from social media, we have seen people commenting on this on this issue. I recall Mr. Sata when he said the educated in Zambia, they are cowards, and they don't want challenges. When you see some comments coming out and they say, ah, this person, then I said, oh, well, we have a functional illiterates in our country. Some of the people can comment about this thing, thinking, no, this is true, without analyzing the issue, and their comment is within what they have learned. Okay, that's why I've said functional illiterates. You see what I mean? Doctorates, professors, discussing issues which they can't think beyond what they know. So for me, I'm happy that this matter is in court. I'm a married person. I'm a married person with 5 kids, very beautiful daughters, and very handsome a son. And I'm a Christian. I go to church. I've received Jesus Christ as my personal savior. And if today they found out that, yes, Bowman, you are the one now of these kids, I'll resign as a member of parliament for Kabushi constituency, and I won't be worthy to be called honorable member of parliament for Kabushi constituency. I'll resign.
After DNA, when you could resign without DNA?
I can't resign without DNA because it is wrong for me to do such a thing. DNA, it's a best. And I can assure you that after DNA, the next course of action, I don't want the people of Zambia to talk, because the next course of action, I've taken time to talk about this matter because it has been in the public domain, and the court of opinion. They have judged me, they have said a lot of things. But as a leader, those are challenges which I expect to go through. I can assure you that, first of all, I'm not moved. They don't call me bulldozer for nothing. This is the reason why they called me bulldozer. You know, I eat with my wife, I eat with my kids, I eat with my friends. We laugh, and life goes on. How can you have a girlfriend, Kennedy? Me, I'm a very busy person. How can you have a girlfriend who doesn't even know your own friends? Your own friends. Because me, as a busy person, maybe twice or 3 times or 5 times I can call my friend, oh, boy, ntwalirako something kuri uyu mwana kashi, ntwalirako something. You don't even know my friends. You don't even know one of my best friends, even my confidant, you don't know. and you claim to be my girlfriend. It is a pity that.
But you know this person. You know this lady. Do you know her?
I don't know her. I don't know her, and I don't know where she's coming from. But for me, that is not important. The important is, Bowman, are you the one of these kids? That is the most important thing. Are you the one on this? But I can assure you, Kennedy, that this is a very interesting matter. Very interesting matter. And a lot of people, they have said a lot of things. I laugh at them.
Your last words? My
last words is that 2026, whether we like it or not, President Hakainde Hichilema is coming out of State House because he has failed to govern this country. The words which he's giving to the people of Zambia, that is fighting corruption, is not fighting corruption. President Hakainde Hichilema is politicking, is now witch-hunting, okay? Is witch-hunting. There are cases for 2019, some cases for 2019 which they are bringing up today, which is very unfortunate. And can you say we want justice to prevail for 2019?
If you assaulted someone,
it's not.
The case is still on.
So these people, they are doing politics. They are doing politics, and I've seen this before. I've seen excited presidents before. I've been in political fraternity for quite some time. You know, we started as diehard. Now, honorable members of parliament, bulldozer. So I understand politics very well. Unlike President Hakainde Hichilema, he has never been anything. Okay, he has never been anything. He's just president. So it's very difficult for me for him to govern. For us, Kennedy, last words. For us, even today, if we go for elections today and win, the president of our party and the country will announce cabinet in 5 days or 6 days, because we are ready. Today we have Shadow Minister of Information, Shadow Minister of Commerce, Shadow Minister of Lands, Shadow Minister of Shan, and we have permanent secretaries, Shadow permanent secretaries for all ministries. And when we are talking in Parliament, we don't think it's Bowman who's talking. There is a think tank behind us who are coming up with issues. No, there is this issue. There is this issue. And our job is to communicate to the people that the people of Zambia, you were told this, they haven't done this, they haven't done this. Today,
Kabushi, Member of Parliament, Mr. Bowman Lusambo, thank you for coming on State of the Nation. Our viewers, we appreciate your time, for joining us on such an exciting discussion that we've been having on matters pertaining to the running of the affairs of the nation, under the topic Zambia under the new Dawn administration.
New Doom.
Until
new Doom
time,
government.
Until next time, this has been State of the Nation. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Iseli and you are watching